Hello everyone, I'm Eternal Flame, and as you can see, this is going to be a crazy video today because there was no intro that played, because that's how crazy and important this information is, because I think I've done it. I think I've finally figured out what Sukuna's weakness is for everyone to use. After weeks of worrying about the characters, weeks of characters dying for what seems like no reason, and days of not sleeping just to research and find the answer, I found it. I found the weakness of Sukuna, and I think I can reveal it now to all of you. So without further ado, let's reveal the weakness of Sukuna, the best way to take him out. So I was thinking, and just rereading for several parts of Jujutsu Kaisen, was there ever a point where Sukuna was pushed to a fatal position? Because even in his battle against Gojo, they noted he was still holding back, that Sukuna still had more in his arsenal. So if Sukuna wasn't even going all out back then what could the cast do? So if Sukuna wasn't going all out even on Gojo, what weakness did Sukuna have? What weakness is there possible to exploit? So I began to look across everything. Was it potentially some relation between Yuji and Sukuna, or some hidden technique that we don't even know about for Yuji and why Kenjaku made him? No. Could it have been Yuta awakening the Six Eyes and becoming the second Gojo? No, he just become half again. Could it be Maki becoming the second peak of humanity, one that has basically Maki and Toji squared? Could it be Hikari and his legendary 777 times 7 legendary levels of jackpot with his infinity to the 5th power types of curse energy? No, it wasn't any of that. It wasn't any of the characters. It wasn't Gojo coming back. The answer had been right in our faces all along. We just were looking in the wrong place. After all, I can see past your games now, Sukuna, because Sukuna tried his best to hide it. Tried his best to hide that the anime had revealed his weakness. Something that the manga would never do, but the anime had revealed what Sukuna's weakness is. And it's all in one battle. In his battle against Mahoraga. But Mahoraga himself is not important. That giant big adaptation thug is not really that important at all. Just ignore him completely. No. What's really important is the scene when Sukuna was walking out the rubble and carrying two items. Two items that are going to be incredibly crucial and important to defeating Sukuna. Popcorn and soda. So now you may be thinking, Eternal, are you crazy? How can popcorn and soda help against Sukuna? And the simple answer to that is yes. JJK has driven me crazy, but I've realized in my insanity that the only way to truly beat Sukuna is to join in that insanity, to reach that level of insanity that Gege has reached into, because he hides everything. Everything is intended, everything has a purpose, and clearly the anime was the intended vision for JJK. So the anime hid the answer. The anime has the answer. And now I'm going to explain why. Why this popcorn is going to be the thing that truly kills Sukuna. Mainly because of one simple scene. If you look at the soda and how Sukuna threw out the soda, he just looked like he didn't like the taste of it. When he immediately just got a taste of it, he threw it to the side. He just threw it away. However, his reaction to trying the popcorn, that was something entirely different. Because when he tried the popcorn, if you can look at his eyes, he looked angered, he looked annoyed, and at the same time, he immediately spat out that popcorn. And I was wondering, it can't be a taste thing for the popcorn. Like, having bad soda, that I can get, but there's not many bad popcorns, especially from a movie theater, especially considering Sukuna's from over 1,000 years ago, where he ate people. So, why? Why would he spit out popcorn? Why would he not think that popcorn has a good taste? Because popcorn has a goated taste. And then it all came to me. It all came to me in a dream, because it was pretty clear the moment I thought about it more and more, and it made a lot more sense. Because this wasn't him eating popcorn and disliking the taste. No. What this was Sukuna having an allergic reaction, or at least a subconscious allergic reaction, back to his true form. Of course, in Yuji's body, he doesn't have the allergies to popcorn anymore, but he, in the Hayen era, had an allergy to corn. And judging by his reaction and how fast he spat the popcorn out, and his reaction of anger towards the popcorn, as well as the fact that immediately after he sliced away the popcorn, making sure to destroy it with cleave and dismantle, his allergy to popcorn was more than likely fatal. His allergy to popcorn might have actually been what killed him and forced him to split his soul into 20 separate fingers, his allergy to corn. After all, nothing in the Hayen era was capable of killing him. He was too strong, he couldn't be poisoned, so what was the only thing that would make sense to be able to kill him? What was the only thing that could kill such a behemoth? Corn. They took advantage of his favorite hobby of eating, so they poisoned him with the corn. But Sukuna was too smart. Through the help of Kenjaku, was able to split his soul into 20 separate parts. But now you might be wondering this. Okay, Eternal, you have without a doubt, there is no contradictions at all to this whatsoever, proven completely that Sukuna has a fatal allergy to corn. So, what next? How are they going to be able to exploit this? And it's pretty simple. They have already done the steps that set Sukuna up in such a fatal position, because Sukuna now is in his true form, where such an allergy to corn exists once again. And that's more than likely why he was avoiding using his true form for all of this time. Because think about it for a moment. What does the true form really do? It restores his body to full HP. That's cool and all, but it also gives him an extra pair of arms to chant with, as well as an extra pair of arms to make hand signs with. I know I messed up the order, but I don't care. I'm spitting facts right now, and I need to keep spitting facts. But his true form allows him to be the Jujutsu personified in perfection. If he could use that form, he should have been using it all along. There's no reason he can't use 10 shadows with this form either. There's no disadvantages to immediately starting out in this form, unless it's because Sukuna already knows that he revealed this token to them, this key to him, this is his weakness in Shibuya, because he's aware of the fact that Yuji has all of his memories. So he would want to stay in Megumi's body, in the Megumi form, for as long as possible to make sure that this weakness could never come. However, after having to battle against both Gojo and Kashimo, he had no choice but to go to his true form, because his body was too injured and he was about to get jumped anyway. So he had no choice, and he just had to hope and pray that they didn't know, which fortunately for him, they didn't know. However, it's not too late for them to realize. It's not too late for them to retreat and have a moment of realization. Think back on everything like how I'm doing right now, in order to realize Sukuna's weakness has been staring us in the face all along. Sukuna's massive weakness for corn, his fatal weakness for corn. The reaction to it is quite clear and simple. And before some of you guys say, oh, the anime is only anime canon, it's not manga canon, Gege supports the anime, and he helps work on the anime heavily. The anime is the clear meant to be interpreted version of it, the final version of it. The anime doesn't really add anything either. If anything, the anime just makes clear concepts that Gege didn't have time to show off in the manga, something that Gege corrected himself with. Why? Because Gege didn't have time to show off his popcorn weakness in the manga, something that was clearly always intended to be there, but he didn't have enough time. But now in the anime, he does have enough time. Even the fact that he's a stomach mouth, it makes it even more clear, because that is the drawback. The drawback is there's an easy point of access, an easy way to force popcorn into him, or force any type of corn into him through the stomach mouth. Pause. Anyways, it's an easy point of access, an easy way, because it's a clear weakness. Every binding valve comes with a drawback, and everyone just thinks this is the true perfect form for Jujutsu. But there's no way to tell, because Sukuna and his stand Gege Akutame have done so well to hide that secret from everyone, even me for a long while, until I went insane and I realized it. I can see your tricks now, Gege. I see it all. I see it all. This feels right. This feels so right. But you might be wondering, how are the characters going to realize? But the only way they can realize is through the smartest character making his return. The man with over 500,000 IQ. Someone who'd be able to figure it out in 0.01 seconds flat. Aoi Todo. Someone who can easily return into the fray and teleport the corn right into the stomach, in order to poison Sukuna lethally and take him down once and for all. Todo is the one who's going to save Jujutsu Kaisen, for Todo is the true weakness of Sukuna through the corn. And together, all of them were going to take down Sukuna, and likely take out Megumi with them, but oh well, it is what it is, womp womp. So, this is the only way, the only real way they can take out Sukuna and his one massive weakness of them all. But I can do even better. I can do even more, because it makes sense why Sukuna would be an unwanted child and never want to talk about this. Because imagine if your child in the Hayen era not just looks like Sukuna, but more importantly, had an allergy of being fatally allergic to corn 1,000 years ago, back in an era about strength. How would you want to live with that? How could you react to that? That child would bring shame to your family, especially in such a power-focused era. It just makes so much sense to me The anime clearly adding that scene with clear intention, Sukuna's clear favorite hobby being to eating, and the fact that people were able to take advantage of this. The fact people could defeat Sukuna, even though it was made pretty clear that there wasn't a single person strong enough to take out Sukuna in the Hayen era, not alone groups of them, because Sukuna got massively jumped, so there had to have been some underhanded method, some underhanded weakness like Korn, and just everything in JJK. It's all clear to me. It's all clear. This is what Gege has been implying. It's all clear, it's all clear, it's all clear, and I can see it now, and I hope y'all can see it now too. Alright, we're gonna spread this message. We gotta go far. We have to go deep with this message, everybody. Spread the message that Korn can beat Sukuna. Now, I was about to end the video there, but then another thought came in. Even more evidence, because it's even more clear. Because if you look at Sukuna and Yuji's relationship, in this context, it makes it so much more clear why Sukuna hates Yuji so much. It's because Yuji is such a massive movie buff. Yuji loves movies, something that was probably implanted to him by Gojo, especially because Gojo trained him through movies, which is why Sukuna was so determined to kill both Yuji and Gojo, because of the fact that they both made him constantly have to live through the fact that he had to smell his worst enemy, taste his worst enemy repeatedly, but also now know what it tastes like. Both of them liked popcorn so much, and that explains why Sukuna hates them so much, because he has to constantly be reminded of the way he was defeated, constantly be reminded of how he was taken down, and constantly be reminded of his failure each and every single time. Each and every time Yuji goes to the movies, and he is not able to say a single word because he can't let out his weakness to any of them. He can't tell them for a second that his weakness has been popcorn all along. It's so clear now. You can't beat Sukuna with power. You have to beat him with his weakness. Beat him with his one inborn weakness that the absolute pure perfect being of Jujutsu could never overcome. Popcorn. So, without further ado, I hope you all take this knowledge and spread the word. Spread the word that Sukuna's biggest weakness is popcorn in order to everyone, so they all can understand that this is Sukuna's weakness. That this is the only way to take out Sukuna. So, thank you for watching, and I hope you all have a good day.